前回の続きでございます。62% か。ではハイライトをね見ていきましょうか。
When we receive the first letter, Hastings thinks that it is a joke. As for me, filled with foreboding, I prefer to inform Chief Inspector Japp. Mrs. Asher is not suspicious of the murderer, whom she takes to be an ordinary customer. The old lady turns around to take a packet of cigarettes. She is beaten to death. We investigate the first murder with Hastings. No suspect has a motive. A few weeks later, we receive a second letter signed ABC. Chief Inspector Japp is informed. The victim's name should start with the letter B. Betty Barnard leaves her work. She's dressed to go out. The young woman is strangled on the beach. In Bexhill, Donald Fraser appears to be the perfect suspect for Betty's murder, but he has no connection with Mrs. Asher. After dinner, Sir Carmichael Clark takes his usual walk. In Churston, Thorogray and Franklin Clark are the main suspects.
まあそんな感じですね。再現 A の再現、タバコ店にてお客さんがやってきます。
The killer enters the shop. Mrs. Asher turns around to greet a customer. The murderer asks her for some tobacco. She turns her back to him. He seizes the opportunity to strike her. He then places the ABC upside down before leaving. Everything appears to match the crime scene, mon cher Hastings. That is exactly what happened.
(2 件目のね犯行は砂浜で起こりました。
The killer and the victim are walking on the beach. Miss Betty has a bag, a belt around her waist, and carries her shoes in her hand. Both of them walk slowly to hut number 5. Both of them walk slowly to hut number 6. Miss Betty enters the hut. She leaves without her belongings. Then she hides a code. They keep walking. Then she removes her belt.
The murderer moves behind her and then attacks her by surprise. The body falls, lifeless, on the sand.
Everything appears to match the crime scene, mon cher Hastings. That is exactly what happened.
(これはね草むら
Sir Clark is taking his customary walk.
草むらっていうか
Killer is
高台
hiding
の
behind a bush.
草むら。
The old man walks quietly along the gravel path. Then he turns towards the sea to gaze at it. The killer leaves his hiding place on the right-hand side. He approaches silently over the grass. Then he throws himself on his spray and cuts the poor man's throat. He then lays down the ABC before leaving. Everything appears to match the crime scene, Monsieur Hastings. That is exactly what happened.
OK。では行きましょうか。どこまでやったっけな。何からやろうか。ここは大丈夫だね。もうここは見てるから大丈夫です。もうここも見てるから大丈夫だね。
April 1925, Aceh Province, Sumatra.
チェシュ、スマトラ。スマトラだね。
I've finished with this subject.
.この地図はね、まだわかんないんだよね。スマトラはここです。スマトラ。
Sumatra.
スマトラ。
Australia. South Africa. Libya. Libya.
リビア。香港とか。
The New Siberia Archipelago.
何それ。
The New Siberia
ノバ
Archipelago.
スクビスク諸島
The New Siberia Archipelago.
ってこれのことかな。これのことじゃないの。違うのかな。これか。
The New Siberia Archipelago.
こんなところはあまり知らないよね。石油が取れ
The
る
New
の。
Siberia Archipelago.
石油が取れるのかな。
Brazil. This plate appears to be able to move, but something is blocking it. Brazil. A signet ring bearing the Clark's family's coat of arms. A number is written on it.
1587。
Brésil. Libya. Brésil. This plate appears to be able to move, but something is blocking it. I think that signet ring should be placed here. The plates around the picture appear to have unlocked. I think I've already seen these symbols on Franklin's trophies.
どういうことだ。これは一つしかない。これは二つある。反対側と同じものにするってことか。あ、違うな。どういうことなんだろうな。見えない。ディスプレイがよく見えない。何これ。
The Lion of Sumatra.
スマトラのライオン。あ、これとこれが一緒だってことか。あ、これと、これがスマトラの足音だっていうわけだね。そういうことか。だからこれは、多分ここだよね。ここしか陸地がないからさ。ブラジルにいるもの。 わかんないな。
The African kudu.
クリュあれ、この3つが合ってんだけど、違うのかな。
The Alaskan Kodiak bear.
アラスカ。 足が黒いやつ。足だね、やっぱり。あとどうしたらいいんだろうね。
Australia.
オーストラリア。
Australia. Australia.
オーストラリアはどこだろうな。どうなってんのかな。ここだよね、オーストラリアは。高さで言うと。
I heard the sound of a mechanism. Strange way of protecting one's safe.
適当にやった。
Triangulating one's hunting sites on a map.
何？これに関係するのかな。
A signet ring bearing the Clark's family's coat of arms.
1587。
These documents are very likely going to help me for the rest of the inquiry. Eton College School Year 1912-1913. Franklin Clark.
大学。
School report for Franklin Clark. According to his teachers, Franklin was a good student but lacked discipline. Sir Carmichael Clark, Campsite Churston, Devon, to Mr. Franklin Clark, Peninsula Hotel, Salisbury Road, Tsinchasui, Kowloon, Hong Kong. Campsite, 1935, January the 12th.
香港。
Dear Franklin, first, I wish you a good start to a successful new year. I have received your letter dated December 10th. Thanks for defending my interest against Wang, this robber. Things could have got pretty bad if you weren't a real cold-blooded guy. I envy you for that. Things go on here much as usual. Charlotte is moderately free from pain. I wish one could say more. You may remember Thora Gray. She is a dear girl and a greater comfort to me that I can tell you. I should not have known what to do through this bad time but for her.
香港
She
との
has
つ
an
ながり。
exquisite taste and shares my passion for Chinese art. No daughter could be a closer or more sympathetic companion. Life has been difficult, but I am glad to feel that here she has a home and true affection. You wrote me you want to stay in China for one more year or even longer. I don't object. The longer you stay, the more opportunities you will have to increase our collection. Nonetheless, you should know that we miss you here, and that Charlotte will be gone by the time you come back. I am, dear Franklin, your truly affectionate brother. Charlotte Clark Comside Churston, Devon, to Mr. Franklin Clark, Peninsula Hotel, Salisbury Road, Chim Sha Tsui, Kowloon, Hong Kong, Comside, 1935,
こ
January
れさっき
1st.
さっきと同じじゃないか。
I wish you with all my heart a happy year 1935. Writing my greeting
あ
cards,
ちょっと違う
I
の
have
かな。
affectionate thoughts for you. Always smiling as a child, sailing to distant countries and bringing back to us trunks full of wonder.
トランクいっぱ
At
い。
home, everything annoys me. Starting with this young Thora Sir Carmichael is so fond of. I have nobody to share my feelings with, so I write to you. How can I tell you what happens to me? The simplest way the better. I am doomed. I still have 1 year to live, no more. How do I know? I opened the secret drawer of Carmichael and read a letter not addressed to me. In this letter, Dr. Logan tells my husband in the most direct way the truth he conceals from me. Sir, I know. But my husband doesn't know I know. Please don't tell him. And if he shares the truth with you, act as you were surprised. Carl will probably speak in his usual convoluted way, but I wanted to be the first to announce it to you. It does matter to me that you are aware of what happens in Comside. Warm regards, Charlotte. A dozen gold sovereigns. Some shares for the Southern Railway and some treasury bills. This is not worth much, hardly enough to justify your robbery.
.じゃあいっか。こんなに警察でもない探偵がこんなに荒らしていいものだろうか。片付けもしないで。
Sir Carmichael's collection could rival that of a major museum. The door is locked.
もうここは見るものはない。
The door is locked. This skeleton key would be very useful for opening the locks I have not yet been able to. This unit contains the medical records for Sir Carmichael Clark's patients. Let us study them closely and see if there are any familiar names. Lots of dust. The records from E to Z, have not been touched for years. No names. Disappointing. No deaths on the records from A to D. They've been handled recently. No names. Disappointing. Where is the horrible smell of carrion coming from?
ちょっと時間が来たんで、今回ここまで